Hello everybody, welcome back. It is me, your old pal Orpheus, with another adventure here on Orpheus Plays. I get a little carried away with that once in a while. Hey, how you doing? My name's Orpheus, I am your host today, and we're going to be playing Blade and Sorcery. And today I have a topic that I think you're going to be interested in. It is doom scrolling. Doom scrolling. Yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. Anyway, I'm feeling goofy today. I hope you're doing good wherever you are today, whether it is day or night or whatever. I'm just glad you're here to hang out with me for a little bit and get some chatting and some killing done. So here we go, survival mode. 3 weapons come out, I choose one, and then I make the day very, very bad for every single person that comes out the door. Like this guy. Let's take care of our first traditional slow motion kill of the day. Oh god, let's do 2 just for fun. Did I get her? Ooh, she's still alive after that. Hold on. Super slow-mo! Oh, I love that super slow-mo, by the way. Some amazing stuff. Oh yeah. So as I beat things up here with the Executioner's Sword, let's get started with our topic today. So, if you've been, you're a regular user of the internet, which is like saying, if you're a person these days, but if you've spent a lot of time on the internet, you probably have spent a lot of time doing the following, and that is doom scrolling. Now let's talk about what doom scrolling is. I always like to do this. Excuse me. I always like to do this to define what I'm talking about so that we have a very clear understanding of where we're going to go with this. So, doom scrolling. Doom scrolling is when you get onto social media and you just start going through all of the feeds. But most of the time, you end up down this weird rabbit hole, right? You end up down this rabbit hole where it's like, and don't worry, I'm not... Ooh, tasty. And don't worry, I'm not going to talk about like anything specific, right? I'm not going to bring out any specific news points, but I will take generalities, okay? So doom scrolling is when like, okay, you see that there's a news story. There's a news story about some country is going to attack another country, or they're stepping their efforts up, or the cost of something is going up, or the price of things is going down, or, you know, basically it's like everything bad that you can get. But the thing is, okay, so this will kind of relate to the last one that I did. What do I do? I think I'll smack some people around this time. So this relates kind of to my last episode where I talked about the news and the media and how they've changed, right? Well, the media, man, when I was growing up, okay, and this is another, old man thing. Oh, shit. I just said my name. Oh, my God. Well, that's a bleep for everybody. Old man beep. Anyway, whew. So when I was growing up, there was news, right? So the thing is, you think that things are so horrible these days, right? Well, the thing is, when horrible things happened when, the 80s and stuff, 90s, before the internet and social media, let's cue it that way. Okay, so before then, when there was something that would happen in the world, when there was something bad that would happen in the world, it was on the nightly news, or it was in the newspaper the next day, or it was, sometimes you'd have a friend that would see it on the news and they'd call you or something like that, right? So excuse me, I've got some real bad allergies today, but you'd have a friend that would call you and say, hey, did you see this thing happened or that thing happened? And we were kind of isolated by it. Not in a bad way. I think it was better because it gave people the chance to process information a little bit slower, right? So let's say there was a coup in some country and it might affect the political climate somewhere in the world, right? Well, the thing about it is, when you had it in the nightly news or in the newspaper, you could read it, you could go ahead and take a look at the story, and you could process it. You had a few hours, right, until like the nightly news, or you could go and sleep on it, right? You kind of just think about it, wake up the next day and go, okay, here's my opinion on this, right? Well, today things are much different. So if something awful happens in the world, not only does it Is it by the time it gets to the news, right? The TV news, it's like already several hours, maybe a day old. And so we demand this higher standard, right? We demand this instant information, no delayed gratification, no sleeping on the ideas, no taking a look at it slowly to figure out if it's something that'll affect you or not. Oh, I went in super slow. So while we come down on this person, so I think today the problem is something awful happens and then every single social media site, oh, this is going to be so bad. Oh, slow. Oof. Saw that coming. Anyway, so the thing is, something bad happens, it's everywhere, right? And not only is it everywhere, on all the social media and popping up on YouTube videos real quick, people doing their best to crank out content to talk about it or something. And then you don't just get the story. You start getting opinions, right? You get people that are on the internet, on X or on Facebook or whatever, TikTok, and they start giving you their opinions. The thing is, though, people are very persuasive sometimes. And so you get this idea like someone goes, oh, there's a coup that happened in this country, right? And suddenly the internet will explode with rumors about, oh, it was the deep state, or it was the FBI, or it was the rebel group that was funded by this secret campaign to blah, 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 right? The problem is that starts to spread these weird ideas everywhere. Okay, so the consequence is you start seeing all these weird ideas and they start to tickle parts of your brain, right? You're like, oh, that sounds interesting. Oh, well, maybe that, I haven't thought about, right? Well, here comes the issue. You'll start scrolling. You'll start scrolling everywhere. You'll start going through all the social media. You'll start going through X and finding the topics that you want to find and start finding out more about those topics and rabbit hole after rabbit hole, and you spend hours doing this, right? Here we go with the thing that I was talking about last time. When you are not skeptical of what you're looking at, it creates panic. It makes people scared. And the thing is, when you have so many people giving the same source of information, or the same kind of information, but their own take on it, you start to get, maybe I can help figure out the secret, or maybe it's just something a little bit different, right? Because one of the things about doom scrolling is, I'm a fan of those EAS simulations, the emergency broadcast system simulations here on YouTube. So it's like they'll pick a one that I always love to talk about. An asteroid is like coming towards the planet, right? And the EAS scenario is walking through that from detecting it all the way up to the disaster itself. And I like watching those. And I think I'm not alone on that. But why? Doom scrolling. Doom scrolling makes us more conditioned to be almost entertained by horrible things. Right? It sounds bad. But the thing is, let's make a little parable between the Roman Empire, okay, and our wonderful country that we got. All right, so at one point, the Roman Empire got to the idea where, we should have bread and circuses for everybody. Now, this is kind of a famous saying. I forgot who said it. So, great reference there, Orpheus. Anyway, give them bread and circuses. And what that meant is the people wanted blood. They wanted violence. They wanted conflict, right? But they weren't getting any of it in their normal life. At least... Sorry, bro. They weren't getting enough of it in their normal life. And so what they were doing is getting rabble-roused, right? They were getting uppity and kind of stirring up trouble here and there. And so the emperor decided, we will have gladiatorial games and feasts and festivals, and it will go on for months, right? We all know about the Roman gladiators. Here in this game, we've got the arena, right? And that's the Roman gladiator kind of thing going on. But it was popular because people wanted to be entertained by doom, right? Doom! They wanted to feel alive because you realize that those horrible things are going on, right? And you say, well, my life is so much better because I don't have to deal with that. okay? So, the thing about doom scrolling is, though, if you spend too much time doing it, you're going to stress yourself out in something serious, right? If you spend too much time looking at, someone got shot, or there was some sort of disaster that happened, like a hurricane or something, and if all you do is seek out the strange, the unusual, the unexpected, which is, I think, Ripley, believe it or not, their opening thing, but it's when you start looking for it as entertainment that I think it fulfills a primal need that we have as human beings, but at the same time, it's not great for us. Because, again, you start to get conditioned by the idea that bad things can be entertaining. And that's a deep thing for the human psyche, I think. It's a pretty deep thing for the human psyche because it's something called Schadenfreude. Okay, so Schadenfreude is the German principle. It's a German word. And it means basically you get pleasure out of watching other people suffer. Not necessarily suffer, but have a bad time, right? And don't lie. Don't lie, you are a person who has had that as well in your life. I know because I do it too. And maybe it's because I have brain damage and, social psychopathy and autism and all that. Maybe that's why I'm a little bit more like that, but I don't think that's it. I think that everyone out there, you are probably like that a little bit too. You have friends who are like that a little bit too. Interesting to think about. So doom scrolling, why do you do it? Leave a comment in the comments below. Let me know why you like to scroll through stuff 3 a.m. You're sitting there on your phone going, someone else. Oh, there's the Dogecoin designer talking about how things are going, and there's Elon talking about, and here's this, and oh my God, I didn't know that was happening. And then it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you're staring at a screen. Go out and live your life, folks. Stop worrying about everything that's going on. The availability of more information on demand does not necessarily make things better. It can make you a little bit more panicked unless you understand that sometimes you gotta unplug. And that's what you do when you need to unplug. You come here and you watch Orpheus Plays. Anyway, like I said, I'm feeling goofy today. We will see you in the next one here on Orpheus Plays. Be good, do good, and treat yourself well because you absolutely deserve it. See you next time. Bye!